What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to take a look at some Shadow news today. Now, last month I did the Shadow news where I went over all of the activations for the data centers, and I'm going to do the same thing in this video. Like I said in that video, every month I'll try to do at least one Shadow video where I update all the activation times, and if there's a major change that I see, I'll make another one. But at least this way we're kind of getting up-to-date information out there. But what else we have today, unfortunately, is some other Shadow news concerning the Apple App Store again, a lot like last year. So we're going to get into that and take a look at those two pieces of information in this news, and we'll see what's going on with the Shadow. So before we get into that, if you haven't already, guys, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, ring the bell, comments below. We really want to try to grow to that 10K this year and get a bunch of people in here that are just excited about gaming and the tech around gaming, whether it be consoles, PCs, or cloud. We cover it all here, and I want to get a bunch more people involved. Also, in the description down below, there's Discord and Twitter. You can click on those, get in on the Discord. It's a great place to get in on some conversation, get quick access to me if you have questions and things like that. And on Twitter, we post a lot of retweets about gaming sales, news. We post up our own gaming clips. We post our videos there and that type of thing. So you can really stay plugged in if you go and join the Twitter as well. So with that out of the way, let's jump forward and take a look at the bigger piece of Shadow news first, the removal from the App Store again, and then we'll get into the activation times. So Shadow removed from Apple App Store what you should know. Over on their community post here, during a review of our most recent app update, Apple's team rejected and removed the Shadow iOS, iPadOS, and tvOS apps from the App Store. As it stands, the apps are no longer available for download. We're currently in discussion with Apple's team to understand more and get the apps reinstated on the App Store as soon as possible. Members who have already downloaded the app to their devices will still have full functionality and access to the apps. Unfortunately, we won't be able to update them for the time being, so the experience may become degraded over time. Why did Apple remove Shadow apps from the App Store? We're currently discussing with the Apple team to understand why this happened. When will the app be back? We're unable to provide this information. We're investigating the matter further now to understand why the app was removed, and we'll move forward from there. Is the Mac OS app impacted by this? The Mac OS app is not impacted and continues to work as normal. So what happened and what does this mean? Well, what happened? It's hard to tell. From my understanding, they didn't try to reinstate the quick game launcher or any features that would make it seem like you could just launch a game directly. It has to go to a desktop first. That's part of Apple's thing. That's why Shadow was removed last year around March. They had to make changes to the app, resubmit, and it took about 2 months or so, and then they got back on there. So it could take a couple of months if there's never a guarantee they even get put back on the store. We know that Apple has not been the friendliest with cloud, and Shadow is working on something like a bunch of other companies have, which is access through browser. So if they pull that off with Safari or whatever type of browser on iPhone, iPad, that type of thing, it won't help the tvOS, but it would help the phones and the iPads and stuff with that. So that may be a possibility. I hope that the app does come back again, though, and hopefully we'll get a reason why they pulled it, because nobody really seems to know. I've heard that this could be part of their 1-year review as well. So maybe it's not just the update. Maybe they're also up for a 1-year review, and Apple's kind of still not liking something that they're seeing there. It's really hard to tell. Apple has not been that friendly with anybody that has to do with cloud gaming, cloud PCs, whatever the case may be. I know they have their terms of service and everything, but it just seems like they want to make it harder for any other cloud company to do anything. And that's why we're going to get xCloud through Safari, and they had to cancel the app on the iPhone. I remember I got approved for xCloud beta on my iPhone. I was just about to get the app, and the next day Apple banned it. So you just never know what's going to happen, and that app's never coming, from what I understand from Microsoft. They have to do it through browser. So I hope that's not what happens to Shadow. It's really hard to tell. The unfortunate thing here is if you have Shadow ordered and you were strictly going to use that on iOS or iPadOS or tvOS devices and you don't already have the app, you're not going to be able to get it to use it that way. So hopefully anyone that has ordered Shadow wasn't strictly looking to use it on those Apple products, because until the app comes back, you're not going to be able to. It's really frustrating to see this happen again and again with Apple. Companies keep making changes to try to push forward. Like I said, use browser or make changes to the app like Shadow did to get it back on the store, because really all it's doing is attaching you to a virtual desktop and you're doing everything there. It is not launching games directly, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But for now, if you have the Shadow app, you can still use it, but they're rolling out a lot of updates and we're not going to be getting those on those Apple devices. So we'll be waiting a while to see what happens with that. And yeah, but if you haven't downloaded it already, you're not going to be able to grab it. So let's go jump over to what the activation times look like for the beginning of February right now, how we're looking on that. All right, so let's take a look at the activation times. So same as always, Monday through Thursday, they activate starting at 8 a.m. local time for each data center. So getting into Chicago for their activations this week, January 21st to February 1st. If your pre-order date is February 1st or later, you'll be activated by the end of February. So really quick right now still in Chicago, and I think they have the quicker upgrades available as well. For me over in the New York data center, I still have to wait till at least June for my Ultra. Activations this week for Texas, January 31st to February 7th. And if you pre-order date was February 7th or later, you'll still be by end of February. So again, Texas is moving along pretty quickly. New York activations for this week are from December 19th to December 28th orders. If you pre-ordered December 28th to January 11th, you're looking at the end of March. Between January 11th and February 2nd, your end of April, and February 2nd or later, your end of May. Santa Clara activations, we're looking at January 13th through January 18th for this week. If your pre-order date was January 18th to the 27th, you are end of February. If your pre-order date is January 27th or later, you're end of March. For Paris, and these are usually pretty far behind, and they still are, activations this week are from September 10th to September 19th. If your pre-order was September 19th to October 22nd, you're end of March. If you're October 22nd to November 2nd, you're end of April. If you were November 2nd to November 17th, you're end of May. If you're November 17th to December 21st, you're end of June. December 21st to January 8th, end of July. January 8th to January 18th, end of August. January 18th to February 2nd, end of September, and February 2nd or later, October of this year. So you guys are still very far behind as well. Amsterdam. Activations this week, none. All expected pre-orders have been fulfilled and planned activations are still on schedule. If your pre-order date was between October 16th and November 2nd, your end of February. November 2nd to November 19th, your end of February as well. November 19th to December 10th, you are end of March. December 10th to December 21st, you are end of April. December 21st to January 6th, you're end of May. January 6th to January 18th, end of June. January 18th to February 1st, end of July. And February 1st or later, you are by end of August. Now, also remember, you can go log on to your Shadow account and check there. They usually do have the month listed in your account that they expect activation as well. It looks like the United States is starting to catch up pretty good, but like I said, my upgrade is still out to like summertime for me here, so I still have quite a few months to wait, but Paris and Amsterdam are still just playing hell catching up. You guys are just still very far behind. It looks like if you pre-ordered last September, you might be getting your machine this week or next week. So that's just kind of how it rolls there, and that is your update on what the activations are right now. And like I said, I'll keep an eye on these. Any big changes, I'll let you know. When I get my upgraded tier, I'll let you know that as well, and I'll continue to do this every month and just kind of provide an update as where things stand and any other news I can find on Shadow for you. So thanks a lot for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, ring the bell, leave me your comments down below. It all helps out the channel a lot. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the Discord and Twitter down in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.